Hi guys, it's great to see you here again. When people hear The Godfather, they think about the mafia. Guns, violence, secret deals in smoky rooms. But if you look deeper, it's not just about crime. It's about family, about honor, about the balance between strength and softness, about calm power that doesn't need to scream, about respect that is earned, not demanded. The Godfather wasn't just a story. It was a lesson, a timeless reminder of what it truly means to be a man. 1. Respect is everything. It sounds simple, but it's the foundation of being a true man. Many people think respect comes from fear. They think if they shout louder, show more power, people will respect them. But real respect can't be forced. It has to be earned. Earned through small daily actions, through how you treat your family, through the way you protect and care for the people you love. Vito Corleone said, "A man who doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man." Why? Because family teaches us patience. It teaches us sacrifice. It teaches us to put someone else above ourselves. A true man puts family first. He doesn't just say, "I love you." He shows it in his actions. When you truly care, you naturally earn respect. Real respect is quiet. It doesn't need to be shouted. It doesn't come from fear. It comes from trust and love. In the end, respect is not about making people afraid of you. It's about making them feel safe with you. That is the real power of a true man. 2. Never act out of pure emotion. This principle was the invisible armor that protected Don Vito Corleone his entire life. In The Godfather, Don Vito was known as a man of respect, not fear. Unlike many mafia bosses who relied on rage and loud threats, Don Vito ruled with patience and quiet authority. Think about the moment when Sollozzo and the Tattaglia family tried to kill him. They shot him in broad daylight, hoping to break the Corleone family. While he was lying in the hospital, barely alive, chaos erupted around him. Sonny, the hot-headed eldest son, wanted to start an immediate war. He was angry, impulsive, and he thought revenge would show strength. But Don Vito knew better. Even as he lay in pain, he chose to think first, not react. When he finally recovered, he didn't shout for blood. Instead, he looked at the bigger picture. He thought about the safety of his family, the stability of the organization, and the future generations. In the novel, Don Vito tells his sons, "I made my bones when I was young. I decided long ago that I would not risk everything for revenge." This line shows that he understood the price of emotional decisions. Don Vito teaches us, when we act out of anger or fear, we lose sight of the long game. We sacrifice our values, our relationships, and sometimes even our own future. A true man knows how to pause. He knows how to breathe, reflect, and wait for the right move. Control over emotions is not weakness. It is a higher level of power. It means you have mastered yourself before trying to control the world. The strongest men don't shout. They don't rush. They move like chess players. Every move calculated. Every emotion in check. This is why Don Vito was not just feared. He was respected, even loved. His calmness inspired loyalty and made him untouchable. 3. Loyalty and family first. This isn't just a rule in The Godfather. It's the soul of everything Don Vito believed in. To him, family wasn't only about blood. It was about loyalty, about standing together when the world turns against you. It was about sacrifice, choosing to protect others even when it costs you everything. In the novel, so many people called him Godfather, not because they were related by blood, but because they knew he would never abandon them. They knew he would listen, support, and fight for them when no one else would. Even the smallest favor wasn't just a transaction. It was a bond, a promise that if you stand with him, he stands with you. Don Vito taught us that a true man doesn't measure family by blood, but by loyalty, by who shows up when things get dark, by who stays when you have nothing to offer. He once said, "A friend should always underestimate your virtues, and an enemy overestimate your faults." This reminds us, true friends don't just praise you. They challenge you, protect your flaws, and guard your heart. In the end, loyalty is stronger than money, stronger than power. It's the invisible thread that holds a family together when everything else falls apart. A true man becomes a shield for those he loves. He sacrifices, stands tall, and protects, even in silence. That is what makes him unforgettable. 4. Have a plan. Think long-term. This is the secret weapon that made Don Vito unstoppable. Most people live day by day. They only think about the next meal, the next deal, the next problem. They react to life like a leaf floating on water. Wherever the current goes, they follow. But not Don Vito. In The Godfather, he always thought 10 steps ahead. He saw danger before it arrived. He saw opportunities before others even realized they existed. When others rushed into fights, Don Vito stayed still, watching. He waited, gathered information, built relationships quietly. When he finally moved, every step was precise. Every decision was designed not just for today, but for the next 10 years. A true man is not just strong in the moment. He builds a future. He protects his family, his legacy, and his name for generations to come. Reacting is easy. Anyone can get angry, shout, or make a quick decision. But building a strategy takes patience, vision, and deep self-control. This is what separates a boy from a man. A boy fights for today. A man fights for forever. 5. Strength in silence. This is one of the most powerful lessons Don Vito passed on to Michael. In The Godfather, Don Vito rarely raised his voice. He didn't need to scream to show power. He didn't need to threaten loudly to make people obey. Instead, his silence spoke louder than 1,000 words. His calmness made people listen. His quiet confidence made people respect and even fear him more than any shout ever could. He taught Michael, power is not in loud words, but in quiet influence. So ask yourself, why do we feel the need to prove everything to everyone? Why do we rush to defend ourselves, to shout louder, to show that we are right? A true man knows he doesn't need to explain every move. He doesn't need the world's applause. He doesn't need to prove his worth to those who don't see it. Silence is not weakness. It is the ultimate sign of inner strength. It shows you are so secure in who you are. That noise becomes meaningless. A boy fights for attention. A man moves in silence and lets his results do the talking. That is real power, the kind that lasts long after words are forgotten. A real man doesn't need to announce his strength. He doesn't run around proving his worth to the world. Instead, he lets his actions speak for him. His silence becomes his shield. His calm presence becomes his quiet power. Don Vito didn't rule through fear or noise. He ruled through respect that was earned in every small, silent moment. He showed us that true power isn't loud. It's patient. It's steady. It's the quiet confidence that grows roots deeper than any quick applause ever could. So pause for a moment. When all the noise fades, who are you? When no one is watching, what kind of man do you want to be remembered as? Do you want to leave echoes that disappear with the wind? Or build a legacy that stays strong, even when your voice is gone? If these words sparked something inside you, if they made you reflect on who you are and who you can become, then join us. Like, share, and subscribe to Flow Nest Light. Here, we don't just speak, we grow together, in silence, in strength, and in our own time.